Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte, I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I'm finally playing with the multi-pastels that I got sent from Glam Shop, and I'm so grateful to them for that. So thank you so much, Glam Shop. I'm so excited, and I already did a full-on swatch video where I swatched each single row here and showed you some close-ups, so I'll leave a card up here to that if you're interested in seeing that and you haven't already. So in this video I will just be using a few of them and trying them out on the eyes, and I did create this look that I'm wearing right here, and I also used one of them as my highlighter, and come on, like that is so crazy. Like I love it so much, and I'm so excited about that because I kind of just did it on a whim, and now I think I have a new favorite highlighter like in my whole collection because this is amazing. I will also, after I do this look, I will talk a little bit about the favorites that I have from this collection, because there are a lot of similar shades and I just wanted to like point out which ones I would have chosen if I only had to pick a few of these. So if you're interested in hearing that, then watch till the end. But let's just go straight into the tutorial of this look right here and my first impression using these on the eyes. So for this look with the multi-pastels, I really want to use my favorite shade, which is Giggler. I think Lolita is also one of my favorites. Just look at that shine and sparkle. But I will be using Giggler today, and I think I might be going for something a little bit like orangey yellow. So maybe I will use Disobedience for the lower lash line so we can really see if that pink shift shows up or not on the eye, because that would be great if it does, and it would not be so great if it doesn't show up. So I think that's the plan for now, and I'll of course use this one for the inner corner. And I thought, what better palette to use than the Glam Shop Neon Pastel Matte Palette. So I will be going in with this one for the outer corner of the crease, and then I will blend it with the lightest shade, maybe a little bit of the white and this more creamy shade. And I think I might go through orange and yellow for like the inner parts of the crease and for the lower lash line possibly. But I'm just going to start out with this one. These are so pigmented and so beautiful, and I'm using my GB11 brush, which is new to me. So you see I picked up a lot just by dabbing into the shadow, and I'm just going to place it down. I am wearing my Smashbox base today, and I just love these pastel mattes. They're so vibrant and pigmented, and they blend really nicely too, which you will see. So now I'm going into the orange. I'm just using this as kind of like a transition and a deepening shade for the crease, and then I will use that yellow to blend out the orange and to add for like the very inner parts right here. I'm just gonna use this slightly smaller brush. It's the Glam Shop 105 brush. And as you can see, I'm just placing that yellow right here, and I'll do the blending, and then I'm going to use that lighter pink for the outer parts. Like this is a super easy look to do. And I do have a separate video where I did swatch this palette, so you can just go check that one out if you want to see swatches of the whole palette. This yellow is like the least, I wouldn't even say pigmented, but I mean least opaque, because I mean yellows aren't that easy to formulate, and this one is very pale because, you know, my skin tone is very light, and this is a very light shade. Like it's not like super bright on me or anything. Just dipping back into the orange to make sure I have the opacity that I want just for the crease. Like most of this I'm going to cover up anyway, but I still want it to be visible. And I'm taking that same brush that I used with the yellow to just use my color switch, and I'm using that light pink shade here. And I'll just go back in with that deeper pink to make sure it's of the opacity that I want again. Now I'm just taking a mix of the two lightest mattes, and I'm just brushing that lightly over here just underneath the brow, just to make sure that everything is set and to kind of just help the pastel mattes blend into my skin. So I'm just going to finish off this eye and I'll put on some glam glue and we can get started with the multi-pastels. So I added my glam glue and now I'm going in with Giggler, and I do feel like these shades are, at least this one is a little bit like more pressed than, for example, the Turbo Glows, because I kind of have to like really dip my brush into and maybe like dig a little bit, not a lot, but just a tiny bit, which you really don't have to do with the Turbo Glows because they're a little bit more like flaky. I'm loving how this shade is looking though. I think I might want to dip a little bit into the shade Rose Range, which is that orange with a pink kind of shift, just for like the outer parts here. And I'm just going to dip into Rose Range, which is way more of that pastel satin shade like the others are, a little bit dry. I'm just going to add that here. Yeah, you can definitely see how dry this is. Ooh, but I do see the pink shift though. And now I'm just going back into Giggler because I want to blend them a little bit and get some of the sparkles just right over the shade Rose Range. Oh, my lid was like creased almost with the glue, so it's not looking the best there, but that's not the shadow's fault. Yeah, I think this is very cute. I am happy with how it's looking. I'm just going to use a little bit on my finger to see like if it gets more. Yeah, it does get a little bit more foiled, a little bit more shifty. Like this shade is spectacular, I'm telling you. I can see, like I see the pink base and I see the green shift a lot here on the inner parts. I see more of like the blue shift and I see some gold. It's just a really beautiful shade. Wow, I'm absolutely in love with this one. So I will finish the other eye with the lid and I'll start with the lower lash line. Okay, so now I have both eyes done with the shimmer on top and I'm loving this. It's so pretty in my opinion. I'm so excited, especially for that sparkly shade. It's just so beautiful. For now, I'm just going to finish this look. So I'm going to take that orange shade here and I'll possibly just blend it out with the yellow, and then I'll put Disobedience, which is that yellow with pink on. And I'll just put that like all over the lower lash line. And if you haven't seen a lot of my videos before, I feel like I need to mention again because I've mentioned this almost in all of my Glam Shop videos, but they are very powdery like the mattes, so you can see a lot of like fallout, and it's also a lot of kick up in the pan, just in case you're bothered by that, which I am not. But if you are, then maybe go for a different kind of formula of mattes, but personally I don't care. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the yellow. I think I want to try a different glitter glue with the shade that I'm using here. So I think I'll use my BH Cosmetics Base Booster just because it's a little bit more kind of wet feeling, because the glam glue is very dry. And I think that these shadows, like I don't know if you can see it on the edge there, but I feel like these satin shades could maybe benefit from being used with a kind of a little bit more wet glam glue, glitter glue, not glam glue. So I'm just taking the BH Cosmetics Base Booster. I think I took a little too much, but I'll just add that like for basically where I put the orange, because I mean I love satins on the lower lash line, so I just feel like that would blend really nicely down. Like you wouldn't necessarily need a matte for it, but I'm using that anyway. So now I'm just going to take Disobedience. I feel like it's probably going to be dry too. Yeah, it's a little bit dry in the formula. It's very like thin because they are subtle, they are choppers. And I'm just going to place that all over the lower lash line. And I'm already seeing the shift, which is so cool. So I just used my finger on top just to like get a little bit more of that shift visible, and it is subtle, but it definitely doesn't look as cool as in the pan. Like the base in the eyeshadow is quite like yellow, and here you can almost only see the shift. I don't know if you're able to see that, because here you don't really see the shift in the pan, but underneath my eye you can kind of mostly see the shift. So I'll just finish off the rest of my makeup and I'll be back for the inner corner where I'm going to use Pink Platinum. So I'm in the middle of doing my face makeup and I used the Makeup Revolution blush in You Had Me at First blush. Then I used my UOMA concealer. It's something about T2. And I used my contour powder by Glam Shop. And then I was like sitting here because I was like, what am I going to use for my highlight? And these are relatively sheer, so I actually dipped into this one, which is Frozen Apricot, and I applied it on my cheeks and it looks so good. Like, obviously I don't add a lot, but like just look how bright that is. And I don't get too much of a cast. Oh my god, this reminds me so much of my favorite highlight from Luxie Beauty, which is actually an eyeshadow too, which is called Halo. So I'm just like applying this with my finger very lightly, tapping it out, and I don't see too much of a cast, so I'm loving this as a highlight. A little bit on the nose right here. I don't usually use a lot, but yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So if you have like a little bit of a deeper skin, like probably these would look so nice as highlights. Like even like, oh, now I just remember someone even told me to use this one as a blush topper, Rose Range. So that's a great idea. I just remembered now. So you could use them as a highlight or you could use them as a blush topper as well. So that's a great idea for like these two. I think this one would even look good as a blush topper. So I'm just going to finish off the makeup here. I still need to do my brows and all that stuff, so I'll just do the inner corner and then I'll go off to finish the rest. So I'm just using my white core crayon by Linda Hallberg just to get like a little bit of a wider base for the inner corner. And then I'm going to go over with Pink Platinum, and I don't even think I need anything of like a glitter glue or anything. I don't usually need that when I do it like this. I just took a little bit of Pink Platinum here. I think this is like my favorite inner corner shade from them now, because they have that pink one. I don't remember the name, but that one is like way more of like a proper pink. This is more like a pink but with orange in it. I feel like I should zoom you in a little bit. I don't know, can you even see like how gorgeous that is? I really love this one. This one is one of my favorites. But yeah, I'm going to finish off the makeup and show you the close-up. So that was the finished look and I am so incredibly excited. I mean, this highlight is just the highlight of my dreams. I love it so much. I'm just like so ecstatic about it right now because I'm so happy that I tried it as a highlighter and I can't wait to try like more of them. Like, and I'm sorry I don't remember who told me about that, but I would love to like try these as blush toppers as well. It was someone in my comments on my last video, I think, so shout out to you for suggesting that. And as for like the shades that I used for my eye look, I'm so in love. Giggler was everything that I was expecting it to be. I really like how sparkly it is, and a Rose Range that I did use in the outer corner here, just it has this beautiful pink sheen and it just goes so well with this look. And the same for Disobedience that I used on the lower lash line. It's just so beautiful. You can't really see so much of that yellow base that it has, but it's more of like this pink to orange, like really warm shift that I'm just so in love with, and it just also fit perfectly to this look, and I'm just living for this. I could do this look for every single day of summer because it's such a summery look to me. And I just kind of topped it off with my lipstick that I just got from Glam Shop from my sale haul, and this is the one in Rosy, like R-O-Z-I, and it's just a beautiful pink shade, and I love this lipstick formula. It reminds me so much of Propa Beauty, and Propa Beauty has my favorite lipstick formula, and it smells so delicious. It's like a mix of like vanilla and just fruity deliciousness. So I'm so excited, and I might even end up picking up the rest of these like I did with the Proper Beauty ones. I'm only missing a few, and I think I might buy some more of these, even though they're very neutral, very light, like you can see. But it's such a creamy and smooth and glossy finish. I really like it. And I just used one of their retractable lip liners in the shade Eyeliner, and I also love their lip liners. They're also really good and very neutral. So yeah, I'm just super excited about this look. I'm going to enjoy the great summer weather that we have here in Norway right now, because it's like so warm. Oh, I need to go for a walk with my puppy. He's like sleeping in the background here. I don't know if you can like see all the blankets right here, but he's like in the middle of this little puddle of blankets. I was almost done filming now, and then I just remembered that I talked about showing you my favorites. So I'm just going to show you guys the favorite shades now, and of course the sparkly ones. Here you can see Pink Platinum, Giggler, Lolita, and Draught. I think that was what it's called. And those are definitely some of my favorites, because as you can see, they're the most sparkly ones. And you know me, I love sparkles, so clearly those will be my favorites. And also here you can see them in the palette. You can definitely see that they are more sparkly than the others. Here you have Pink Platinum, you have Giggler, you have Lolita, and you have Draught right here. So they're a little bit more textured as well. From the other shades, okay, now I'm just going to take this like I have not like thought about this too much. I think I would say this one, Dragon Fruit, I think it's called, and I think you can really like build it up to be like it looks like on my finger here as well. So that will be one of my favorites. And I think I'd also say Rose Range because it's just that unique warm shift there. I really like this color. I don't know, I think I will have to say this one, although it does compare a little bit to Epigram from their Turbo Glows. That is way more spectacular and sparkly, but I still really like this because it has that warm shift. I really think that's beautiful. And Cool Summer, I think I would have gotten this, even though it's very similar to the Frozen Apricot shade. I think it's still a very beautiful shade that I would just love to have. I wouldn't want to miss that. And from these shades right here, I think the most spectacular ones will be this one. So it's called Garter, and it's just that blue with a pink shift, and the pink goes to an orange. So I think that's a beautiful color. If I had to choose from these, I would choose Alternate Dimension, but I'm not sure if I'll call it a favorite or not, because I'm more drawn to this one, which is called Little Liar, and it's just a gorgeous like minty shade with a pink shift that I'm very much drawn to. So I just have this small comparison I wanted to do, because I have this one from Luxie Beauty called Dancer, and then this one is the Little Liar pastel shade from Glam Shop. So that is that one. And I feel like this one from, oh, I have mascara on my fingers. That this one, Dancer, has a more opaque base. I just turned down the lighting so we can see a little bit better. So clearly the Glam Shop one has a more of a pink shift. And then we have Dancer from Luxie Beauty. Now I have the lighting from the top, so they do have like kind of the same shift. It's just that the pink in Dancer might not be as visible, but yeah, I just felt like that could be a nice comparison to do. And from the deeper ones, I'm not even sure. Like, I think all of them are quite pretty, especially like Pink Kiwi was on my list of shades to get. So I think I'll just, if I'm going to just keep this simple and not take too many, I think I would say this one. But I do really like these other ones as well. They're very beautiful and shifty. So here we basically have all of the favorites of the satin ones, and I'm not going to swatch these out just because I already did swatches on all these. But if you were interested in knowing my favorites, these are the ones. But I think that's it for this video. I'm so excited to play more with these shades. Like, although they are subtle, they are really shifty and shiny, and I'm just so lucky to have gotten all of them. But thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you want to see more content from me. I would very much appreciate that, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!